Alright, welcome back to another Criminal Border Third Offense episode. Yes, please, Meryl. I return home, and after I give everyone the lowdown, Ren comes over to my room saying she wants a detailed version.
思った以上に協力的ね、メリルって子。
I guess I was just lucky that her interests happened to line up. I'm sure she has her own motives.
うちの客にウモン会の VIP ね。別にいてもおかしくないけど。
We can't be 100% sure about any of this, mind you. They're still gathering evidence.
ほぼ確定でしょ。欠けていたピースがカチッてはまった感覚。
You mean there was something bothering you until now?
ウモン会って風俗もやってるんでしょ？
I think so. I'm pretty sure I heard about something like that somewhere.
一応根回しして上納金を納めてたけど、いつ潰されるかヒヤヒヤしてた。キャストの質ではそこらの風俗より絶対うちの方が高いし、若いっていうのは無条件で強い。でもすんなりと許された。うちの商売を邪魔されたことは一度もない。
If one of their VIPs was a customer, they wouldn't have been able to do anything rash.
って考えたらすっきりした。考えてみれば店の件も乗っ取ろうとはしてたけど妨害はなかった。機嫌を損ねたらまずい相手がいるってこと。うちの客の中に。知らないうちにそういう人たちに助けられてたわけだけど。
If we upset those people ourselves, then it's over?
そういうこと。もうストレスばっかり。
Ren lets out a deep sigh and logs back against the backrest.
やっとオープンにこぎつけたけど、絶対またトラブル起こるでしょ。
Whatever happens, Tatsuo is at the club. It will be fine.
いつきはほぼ何もしないからそういう気楽なこと言えるけど。
Ren stands up and glares at me.
こっちは開店から閉店まで気が休まらないんだけど。もしサーバーが止まったりしたらすぐ対処しなきゃいけないし、キャストの手配もしなきゃだし。
Yeah, but in exchange you get to stay behind the scenes. Ren makes an annoyed thudding sound and slumps back into my chair.
くどいけどさ。
What?
いつきこそ本当に大丈夫なの？明らかに不健康そうなのに目だけギラついてて怖いんだけど。
Really? It doesn't feel that way to me.
薬やってる？
Don't be ridiculous. I never thought the day would come when you'd be worried about me. It's throwing me out. Stop it. It creeps me out.
聞いた方がいい。
Ask what?
コウジってやつと何があったのって。
Are you sure you want to hear about it? It might mean you lose the option to bow out whenever you want. Unusually for Ren, she appears shaken. I don't mind telling her, not if she really wants to know. If she's willing to wade into the swamp with me, if her conviction is that strong, then...
やめとく。
Rin avoids my gaze and stands up.
また調子狂うとか言われそうだけど、十分気をつけて。可愛い顔してメリルって子マフィアなんでしょ？
Yeah.
とんでもない見返り要求されても 私は助けないから。
I know that. Thanks. Rin glances in my direction, then leaves the room. The club opens tomorrow. I built a friendly relationship with Meryl, at least for now. I just have to keep moving forward, one step at a time, before I'm completely consumed by this bottomless swamp. One step at a time, one step at a time. Sunday? The club opens today? I do only get in the way if I went, so I decided to keep my distance. It's a few hours before opening time. I'm talking to Ren about our next move. Yeah, that far away. We already have everything set up to broadcast the stream. I figured we might be able to make more money if people could watch it at home.
そんな簡単な話じゃない。店で再生することしか考慮してないから、セキュリティそこまでしっかりしてないし。仮に可能だったとしても、今のサーバーじゃ無理。持たない。かなりコストがかかる。現実的じゃない。
I see. It's not like we have any money either, huh? And then there's the cost of refurbishing the club.
それなんだけど、いっそこのままでいいかなって。
Didn't you say we needed to appeal to expensive tastes to match our customers?
その客が今の内装で満足しちゃってるらしいの。
What? So, like, they're used to being surrounded by luxury that they actually prefer the basic feel or something?
それは知らないけど、お金かけなくていいならその方が助かる。さすがにもう少し綺麗にはするけど、あの子から要望もらってるし。客の方は多分内装なんか関係なくて、あの店の存在自体に価値を感じてる。
They see value in it? What do you mean?
完全に想定外の話なんだけど。
Uh-huh.
私たちの客っていわゆる同行の死ってやつでしょ。金持ってる変態たちが集まってコミュニティを作っていた。今まではネットでの交流がメインだった。でも私たちの店が状況を変えた。今までネットでしか接点のなかった上流の人たちとリアルに付き合えるチャンスが生まれた。うちの店が金持ちの変態たちの社交場、秘密クラブになったってわけ。
So that's what you meant. Following that to its logical extreme, even rave is technically irrelevant, huh?
関係ないわけじゃないけど、レイブ目当てで集まってるわけだし、それに加えて出資を募るとき最初に口説いた人覚えてる？
The person with the most influence, wasn't it?
そう、実質的なコミュニティのトップ。その人と同じクラブに所属しているって事実が強烈な付加価値になってるみたい。仮にレイブに飽きられたり独占できなくなっても、秘密クラブとしての価値を維持できれば
We can stay open, huh?
ポジティブに考えればね。
If the leader jumps ship, the whole thing will crumble?
あぐらをかいて何もしなければ多分そうなる。
Do you have any ideas?
あるわけないでしょ。今はオープンのことでいっぱいいっぱいだし。ひとまず 認識の共有をしておきたかっただけ。これからのことは落ち着いてから考える。いつきもちゃんと考えておいて。返事がないんだけど。
Are you nervous?
は？
You came here to take your mind off of things, didn't you?
仮にそうだったとしてわざわざ指摘する必要ある？
Says the one who always says more than needed. Well, I haven't got anything specific in mind just yet. I am working on it.
組織の子から連絡は？
Not yet. I figured she'll have a report from her associates when I meet her tomorrow, at the very least.
役に立つ情報持ってきてくれるといいけど。
Ren sags and brushes her hair out of her face. Our future is full of uncertainty. It's no surprise that even Ren's getting nervy. But in the end, the opening day goes off without a hitch. We get a report from Hina, but things went so smoothly she doesn't have much to say. Neat. And then the next day, Monday, comes. It's almost as though Rin's prayers have been answered. We receive a piece of information that defies all our expectations.
この前の男調べた。
How did it go?
二の前には期待外れだと思う。羽門会のお友達、焼肉屋とかの経営に噛んでる。お仲間同士のお遊びだから利子を取らなかった。それだけ。政治家とかにもつてがあるみたいだから、二の前の求めている力を持っている人ではあるけど。
He's far from being someone that Amankai can't touch since he's one of them, huh?
脅しても無駄。羽門会に報復されるだけ。
That is pretty disappointing. Or rather, we really do have members of the Amankai among our customers, huh? He's been a customer ever since the days it used to be in escort service. So that he's interested in putting us out of business, but...
目的はわからない。ただ、二の前たちの手には負えないと思う。味方にはできないだろうし、下手に脅せば羽門会が動く。
Got it? Thanks. I guess it's not gonna be that easy, huh?
一個面白い発見があった。こっちは二の前も気に入るかも。
Yeah? What is it?
警察元幹部の孫がいる。
A former police chief.
元幹部は五郎と知り合い。窮地の中って言うんだっけ。
So, the Amankai have links to the police after all? I don't know exactly how much sway a former police chief holds, but you'll probably be able to cover certain things up. Now, what am I threat to go to the police had so little effect? The Amankai have no reason to fear the police. If this former police chief really is in cahoots with the Amankai, the scandal would encompass the whole police force. Make good use of him, and we might be able to destroy the Amankai, but... His grandson, huh? How did we use that?
接触するのは簡単だと思う。他の人と違って。
You mean we could meet him easily? Is he in the service industry or something? Oh, or a doctor?
もらったデータには教師って書いてあった。
A teacher? Wait, you mean, don't tell me it's Mr. Shoji?
違う。
Oh, it isn't?
名前が違った。なんだっけ。変な名字
じだった。
Meryl pulls out her smartphone and her finger slides across the screen.
あった、これ。
She points to the screen with a list of customers displayed towards me and points.
仲間に読み方教えてもらった。東海林健介。どの学校の教師かはこれから調べる。庄司なら知ってるかもしれないから今日聞きに行くつもり。
Meryl?
うん。
He definitely knows who it is because it's him.
うん。
This is Mr. Shoji. Well then. I'll say yoink.
だから違う。名前が。
You can eat these characters as Chu, Kai, and Ren, sure. But taken together, this reads as Shoji.
なんで？
I can't help you when it comes to why, but either way, that's what it says. Yoink again. Meryl turns the screen back towards herself and furrows her brow, looking deeply unconvinced.
東が書って海がうって林が地。
Yoink again. Well, maybe, I guess. Yoink again.
なんで？
I don't know.
日本語難しすぎる。
Yoink. If I didn't know him, I probably wouldn't have been able to read it either. Our list of customers says each person's name, profession, and contact details, but it doesn't include how to read their names. It must have been pretty difficult for Meryl to use. I should have been ready to help out with things like this. But who could have imagined Mr. Shoji would turn out to be the grandson of a former police chief? It's the first time I've heard anything of the sort. How can he cut loose the way he does, knowing there's a police officer in his family? Wait, perhaps that's exactly why he can do it. If knowing he can always get Grams to cover everything up is what lets him behave that way. You're gonna go meet Mr. Shoji today, right?
来る？
Oh, welcome. Let's meet at the front gate after class. I'll get in touch with Mr. Shoji and let him know we want to talk.
わかった。
Did you learn anything else?
今はこれだけ。
Got it. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Meryl nods and bites into her melon bread. I eat my rice bowl chew as I turn the information over in my mind. Mr. Shoji's grandfather is a former police chief. Is that something we can use to our advantage or not? I have no idea how to use this information, or what we'll need to do to make it useful. But for the time being, I want to hear what he has to say. I'll have to get him to make time for us one way or another, even if it's busy. As we wait outside the gate after class as promised, Meryl comes over, running over, a smile on her face.
Bye bye.
She waves goodbye to her classmates and says, "Let's go," and starts walking.
それでね、やっぱり漢字難しくて授業大変なんだけど、クラスメートのみんなが親切で。
Meryl continues to cheerful act as we exit the campus. I still haven't said a word since meeting her at the gate. Bewildered, I'm unable to keep up with her exuberance. How long is she planning to keep this up? I must have still reading my mind. Meryl mumbles something under her breath, a smile still plastered across her face.
つけられてる。
Oh. Huh?
クラスメート。多分3人。 付き合ってるのかってしつこい。一旦解散。泣いてから合流する。
Got it. I arranged it so that we'll talk at the AV room.
了解。じゃあね、先輩。
Meryl moves her hand and crosses the road at the crossing. I walk a little further, then look back over my shoulder. I see 3 girls running over the crossing. They walk away in the same direction Meryl went, obviously whispering to each other as they go. They really were tailing us, huh? Meryl did well to notice. Does she have eyes in the back of her head? Yakuza types like Shinonoma are outwardly threatening, but Meryl never shows up her strength. In fact, she does all she can to blend in. That's probably the scariest thing about her. I really am glad she's on our side. Of course, I don't know how long things will stay that way. I arrive at Batman Academy. I'm starting to get used to being greeted by students I've never met before. I nod my head in the general direction of their voices as I make my way towards the AV room. Mr. Shoji, isn't here yet? Just as I'm pulling out a chair for myself, I hear a flurry of footsteps. That must be him.
お待たせ。ギリギリセーフだね。時間ぴったり。
Nice. Mr. Shoji approaches me, patting breathlessly as he dabs the sweat on his face with a handkerchief. Thank you for coming at such a busy time.
いや、全然忙しくないよ。今日も行くつもりだしね、お店。
Mr. Shoji turns a chair around and sits down across the desk. I sit down too, facing him. Sorry, I'm still waiting for one more person. Do you mind waiting for her to get here before we start?
いいよ。
By the way, the club opened officially yesterday, but did you?
行った行った。
Of course I did. Mr. Shoji's eyes sparkle as he latches onto my question. It doesn't seem like he has any complaints, not that I needed to ask.
動画見放題ももちろんいいんだけど、呼んだら女の子が自分の部屋に来てくれるってのがいいよね。ホテルの手配とか地味に面倒だったからさ、手っ取り早くてすごくいい。それにみんなで同じ場所に集まれるってのがいいよね。普段顔を合わせることなんてないからさ。
Just like Rin said, the club's value lies not only in getting to see rave, but also in meeting the people who go there. Although I can't help but wonder if it isn't embarrassing meeting people who share the same promotions as you. Anyway, it seems like it's safe to say that relationships between our customers are going to be an important part of how we do business from now on. Which means we have some unused space near the entrance, but do you think we should make a spot where people can get together to chat?
いらないんじゃないかな。トイレで会ったらちょっと話すくらいがちょうどいいよ。仕事の話持ち出しちゃう空気の読めない人やっぱりいるからね。リアルを忘れたくてあそこに行くのにそういう話されちゃったら興ざめでしょ。
I see. That's a good point. I guess there is a sense of distance that comes from being an adult member of society. Maybe Rin and Hina set up the club to keep customers apart as much as possible with that in mind. It looks like I really am better off butting out when it comes to the club. I like both the consideration and the tact for it.
強いて要望があるとすれば音かな。隣の声結構聞こえちゃうね。でもトリップしてたら気にならないしどうでもいいか。今日もねオープンしたらすぐ。
It's weird as you can get. Jesus. Why I need music because I can hear the was of most of the room. Meanwhile, he himself makes enough noises that even people across 6 buildings can hear him or something. Anyways, Mr. Shoshi cuts himself up at the at the sound of the door opening. Meryl enters and sits down next to me, yoink.
あれ珍しい組み合わせだね。あれ制服いつも私服だよね。
私の話はどうでもいい。
あは塩対応。
Meryl doesn't even bother with the greeting, and her attitude is blunt, rude even. For some reason, though, Mr. Shoshi seems delighted.
これで揃ったかな。
Yeah, thank you.
それで話って。
ジョージのおじいさんについて。
予想の斜め上を来たね。お店の話かと思ったんだけど。
警察の元幹部合ってる？
合ってるけどよく知ってるね。おじいちゃんが警察 OB だって。
Meryl frowns slightly and glances my way. It seems she still had her misgivings about Pochui then being read as Shoji.
おじいちゃんの何を聞きたいの？
右門会との関係。
右門会？勅使河原さんのお家と？
右門会の組長と警察元幹部が知り合いだって前から掴んではいた。二の前たちの客の中に元幹部と同じ名字の人がいるって仲間が気がついた。漢字が読めなくて別人だと勘違いした。二の前がいなかったら庄司と知らずに調べに来るところだった。
ああ難しいよね。日本人でも読めない人いっぱいいるし。
Meryl screws up her face clearly and satisfied. I bet she'd lose her mind if she realized just how many Japanese words are pronounced exactly the same as others or have impenetrable readings.
でも関係って言われても僕何も知らないよ。急に言われて今びっくりしたくらいだし。
右門会が起こした問題を元幹部が密かに処理したと思われる事案がいくつか確認できた。その見返りにお金を払ったのかそれ以外の何かだったのかは分からなかった。庄司のおじいさんはお金で動く人。
お金なら有り余ってるしそうは思えないな。
だったらおじいさんの個人的な問題を右門会が処理したことがあるかもしれない。何か心当たりはない？何でもいい。
いやー、ヤクザが出なきゃいけないような問題でしょ。そんなの
ある？
ああ、いや
Shoji lowers his gaze uncomfortably as he wipes his brow. I guess there was something after all.
なんとなくそうかもってことはこれまでにあったかもな。
What kind of thing?
おじいちゃんっていうか僕のやらかしなんだけどね。いやーこれ話すのどうかな。
I'll pull what strings I can at the club. Make it worth your while.
本当？わかった、話そう。
Okay. The ease with which Mr. Shoshi agrees to talk leaves me dumbfounded. This Might not be anything groundbreaking after all.
あのね、これまでに僕何回かやらかしちゃってて、それかもな。おじいちゃんがヤクザに何か頼んだとすれば。
どんなやらかし？
ね、パパ活でね、ちょっと女の子を、妊娠させちゃってて。3人くらい？
So you do more than just let them step on you then. What?
いやだって生でいいって言うからさ。
What on earth is he laughing for? What the hell? I knew about Mr. Shoji's sexual tendencies, but other than that, I always thought he seemed like a nice teacher who was really caring. I never did. No. I always thought that he was a fucking weirdo.
当然下ろしてもらわなきゃなんだけど、かなり揉めちゃってさ。
I mean, he does put up a front of being nice for everyone, but have you forgotten what kind of like weirdo he is? All the time we have been with him? Oh.
脅してくるわけ？下ろしてもいいけどお金払えって。みんなそれだよ。3人ともみんな。いや、お金は出すけどさ、相場以上は出せないし、脅すのも犯罪でしょ。でも警察にも言えないからね。だからおじいちゃんに相談したんだ。
What's this guy?
そしたらね、ピタって止まって連絡もできなくなっちゃったんだよね。解決したらまたいい関係に戻れると思ったのに、一方的にブロックしちゃうんだから、女の子って勝手だよね。
Just a garbage person all along? Yeah.
でも思い出してみると、警察が介入したにしてはいろいろ不自然だったような。もしかしてヤクザに頼んだのかな。その方が納得できるな。
名前覚えてる？妊娠させた子の。
覚えてるけど本名じゃないと思うよ。
別に。あといつ頃の話か、どこで出会ったかとか、できる限り詳しく教えて。
いいけど。
Meryl makes notes on her phone as Mr. Shoji speaks. Not wanting to feel any more let down, I lose myself in thought, allowing his words to wash over me. Mr. Shoji's grandfather, top brass in the police force, used Mankai to cover up his grandson's personal problems. No doubt Meryl's asking for details to help her find evidence of that, assuming for now that is the truth. And Mr. Shoji's grandfather is using his authority as a former police chief to squash any problems that Mankai come across. While I'm not convinced that a former chief could have that much power, I'll assume that this too is the truth for now. Most likely, the old man loves his grandson deeply. If Mr. Shoji were to cause some kind of problem, it's almost certain he do make a move. From the Mankai's perspective, Mr. Shoji's grandfather is someone they can't afford to upset. They won't want to lay hands on Mr. Shoji. It could mean incurring the wrath of someone very important. At the same time, Mr. Shoji must be difficult to deal with in the eyes of the police. Even if they learned of his dealings with the escorts, they might look the other way. After all, the old chief would get involved. The whole thing would be a huge pain without a doubt. Surely not, you might think. but the top search results for the prefecture's police department include words like useless and scandal. The chances that you leave someone like Mr. Shoji in the large are definitely above zero. Could Mr. Shoji actually be the reason why the escort business, as well as our club, still hasn't been shut down? The escort business was created off the back of Mr. Shoji's connections. The same goes for our club. Without Mr. Shoji, we do never have found our investors. He may as well be a core member of our operation. That fact must make it extremely difficult for the Amankai to act. The police can't do much, even if they are aware of what's going on, or become so in the future. These conditions came about by total coincidence. It turns out the person we were looking for was right under our noses, and he's been cooperating with us all along. Given all the bad luck we've had so far, this feels almost too convenient. No, that isn't it. I'm looking at things the wrong way. The escort business succeeded because of Mr. Shoji. Because of Mr. Shoji, we were able to open the club. That isn't a lucky coincidence. We got this far because Rin and Hina made the right choices along the way. I have to make sure our luck does not run out here.
ありがとう。
Meryl puts her smartphone down. It seems she's finished interrogating Mr. Shoji.
これだけ情報があれば見つけるのは簡単。生きていれば。
生きていればって怖いこと言うね。
二の前は聞きたいことある？
I'm good for now. Whatever action we take, we should wait until we have evidence first. Mr. Shoji turned out to be a more important piece of the puzzle than expected. Now that we know that, we need to make sure we get every bit of use out of him that we can. Thank you very much. You've been a real help.
いえいえ、昔のやらかし、もう終わったことだから掘り返すのはやめてね。
大丈夫。穏便に済ませる。
不穏に聞こえるな。気のせいかな。
じゃあ。
Meryl stands up and trots towards the door. Thank you very much. I'll get back to you about your reward.
お願いね。
I take Mr. Shoji and follow Meryl. We leave Batman and start heading home. I had hoped to go and see Tatsu, but oh well, I guess I'll fill him in after I part ways with Meryl. I guess that was fairly productive, although we don't know yet if the Amankai really were involved or not.
それはどうでもいい。私は。
Huh? Meryl taps at her smartphone, then points it at me. Audio begins playing back. Is this Mr. Shoji's voice? You were recording that conversation?
警察元幹部の孫の不祥事と本人の証言。なかなかの収穫だった。
Are you planning to threaten him?
それを決めるのは私じゃない。
The syndicate? Meryl stops the recording and puts the phone away.
使うか使わないかは別として。こういうのはいくらあってもいい。元じゃなくて今の幹部の不祥事だったらもっと良かったけど。元幹部でもそれなりに影響力あるみたいだし、役に立ちそう。
Meryl cracks a rare smile. This must have been a pretty big coup to make her let her guard down like this. You seem pretty, used to this.
情報収集は基本中の基本だから、銃より役に立つこともある。
She really is a pro? I can hardly believe we're around the same age. Yeah, we need Meryl. Even now she is helping us out somewhat while keeping a certain amount of distance. But I want to build a stronger relationship with her. One where I can be sure she'll come to our aid no matter the circumstances. How can I make that happen? Forget the sudden change of subject, but...
何？
This is a kind of personal question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Why are you working for the syndicate, Meryl?
別に答える義務はないけど。
A moment's hesitation. Meryl sighs, then opens her mouth to speak.
私も個人的な質問したし、フェアじゃないから答える。別に理由はない。そういう生き方しかできなかっただけ。
It was your only choice?
ちょっと違う。選択なんてしてない。もうほとんど覚えてないけど、小さい時に母が死んだ。母の恋人が組織の人間だった。組織に拾われて育てられた。組織で面倒を見てくれた人が日本人の、ハーフ、クォーター、忘れた。その人の気まぐれで日本語を教えられた。組織が日本に足がかりを作ることになって、日本語を話せる私が日本に行くチームの一人に選ばれた。それだけ。私は何も選んでない。
I didn't have anything in particular in mind when I asked that question. Meryl answered almost as though engaging in a little small talk, but all I can do is listen dumbfounded, unable to even nod in response. We live in utterly different worlds. We see things in a totally different way. But she never chose a thing, huh? I wonder. Are you enjoying school?
どうして急にそんな質問するの？
Well, I mean, even if you're going to class and Shinanoma's ordered, you did mention being interested in going, right? I figured that was one thing you did choose in a way.
学校に行ってみたいとは言ったかも。
And? Is it fun?
まだわからない。みんな親切だと思うけど。日本はかなり平和。食べ物は美味しいし、ネット回線は早いし。ことこもよく甘いもの買ってくれるし。本国での暮らしよりずっといい。そういう生活を続けて、普通の暮らしみたいなものに興味が出たのかも。
Just think about it. If you were given the choice, would you live normally? For the rest of your life?
その質問、答えにくい。
I'm not gonna tell anyone. Of course, I won't force you to answer, though.
ずっと美味しいもの食べられるなら悪くないかもね。
I see. I had to have known. For a moment, I thought we lived in different worlds, but deep down, we're the same. There is no difference. Meryl is a normal person, a normal girl. In that case, Meryl,
何？
why don't you fight with us to get that normal life? To be free? Meryl responds with a sigh.
今は利害の一致と世話になったことこへの義理で手を貸してる。無門会にすら勝てない二の舞たちに利害を無視して手を貸すメリットが私にはない。そういうことはもっと力をつけてから言って。
Okay then. In other words, if we can't get that strength, you'll join us?
かもね。
Yay! Then we have to try our best. Right now, that's enough for me. We're weak, that much is true. But I have no intention of staying that way. No matter what it takes, I'll get the strength we need. When that happens, I'm sure Meryl will join us. If, deep in her heart, she really does harbor a desire for freedom, that is.
話は終わり。もう答えない。
Alright. Okay. Thanks.
庄司の件、どうでもいいって言ったけど、裏は取ってあげる。
Yay. You sure?
もう報酬はもらってるから。ちゃんと働く。じゃあ、何か分かったら報告する。
With those words, Meryl turns on her heel and disappears down a side road. Today was pretty productive, I think. Funnily enough, it looks like Mr. Shoji might be just the person we needed. If we can't just make the best use of him, we should find ourselves in an advantageous position. And what's more, the biggest coup from my personal point of view has to be Meryl. We have a chance to build a stronger relationship with her. I felt something when I was talking to her. We've been lost in the dark, squirming frantically with no hope. But now, a ray of light has pierced the darkness. A single thin radiant thread. At least that's how it feels to me. Alrighty, that was pretty dope, but I'll get to the reading whatever was written there. I'll try to in the editing. But besides that,
セーブ画面。
I'm gonna end the episode
これ
here.
で大丈夫。
Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in another episode soon. And Meryl, take it away.
終了する？
Yes.
バイバイ。
What she said.